So basically what we're going to do is we're going to build a new custom audience that's going to be unique to us. And the way I'm going to demonstrate that is actually with Mel's ads, because we're running a retarget campaign for Mel right now. So a retarget campaign is when you've got your main ad top of the funnel, no one's ever heard of you, going to a cold audience, and then you send an ad back to those people the next day. You know, as soon as they've seen your first ad, they see the next one. Now, I haven't told this to Mel yet because it only happened over the weekend, but we're seeing an issue with hers in that this is her retarget ad here, and you'll see that it has spent $0, right? And although we have a $10 a day budget on it, it spent $0. And why is that? It's basically because this audience here isn't big enough yet to retarget to. So I'm going to teach you how to, so we're going to build a bigger one. And I was going to do this today anyway. So I'll teach you guys how to do it as we go. So inside Ads Manager, we're going to go into all tools. We're going to go into audiences and create an audience and then a custom audience. Okay. So the one we're currently using is a combination of Facebook call to, Facebook and Instagram for the last 3 months, basically engagement. We're going to make one that's bigger. So we can go custom audience. And this is where you can do all sorts. If you've got a website that gets heaps of traffic, click website. If you have a big email list, 100 people or more, you can upload that to Facebook, and then it'll create an audience out of them. Vice versa. If you've got one video that's ever really popped, and people will watch it, you can target people who have watched that video. You can target people who have visited your page, filled in a form, gone to your Instagram. We're going to go for Mel's Facebook page right now, because this has been the most highly active in terms of this campaign. So you go and select the right page. And then I'm going to go everyone who engaged with your page, and Mel, should we go 6 months? Because then the Empire Method ad's been running for about 6 months, hey? Yeah. So you can go everyone who engaged with the page, and that's going to be people who have actually just rocked onto your Facebook profile. You can go people who currently like or follow you. And then we can also, for directly to the ad, you can go people who've clicked any call to action button. So what I'm going to do is that one, and that's anyone who's clicked on Mel's ad in the last 6 months. And I'm just going to call it Facebook call to action 180 days. And boom, we have that audience, right? Now that audience is going to consistently keep growing and populating as people do that. But if it's already not big enough, right? And say you wanted to do that thing, compete with the big brands over Christmas and have your own unique audience, what you can then do is click create a lookalike audience, okay? And what this does, it's going to take the kind of traits of people who come into that audience, people who have engaged with your ad or people who follow you, and say, okay, Mel's followers are mostly female between the ages of like 21 and 47, and they have these interests. And it's going to say, so go and find people like that. So say, for example, Mel advertises to Australia and she wants to find people like that in America. You go, okay, United States of America, done. And what this bit here is I'll explain. So it's going to go to America and say, I've found people who are a lot like Mel's current audience. And we've found 2.7 million people who have similar traits, okay? The further you pull this percentage line along, the bigger that audience will grow, but the less like the original audience they'll be. Does that make sense? Like if you've got 1% here, it means that they're going to go and find a bunch of people who are quite a lot like the original audience. The more you spread it, the more people it'll find, but people right at the top end may be completely different, nothing like them. So I always find it's best to create a lookalike audience like this, and then if you want, you can create like 3 of them. So that gives us 3 new audiences that Facebook's going to create for us based on the people who have engaged with our page. And now these are unique audiences to us. So everyone should be creating that first custom audience, because that will consistently grow with time. And then the second one, the lookalike, that's a great way to start off to test as a cold ad, instead of the interest targeting that we're currently doing, or not instead of, but alongside, and testing those things against each other. So if I refresh this one, then you'll see we've now got 4 new audiences in there, the one that we created. And then it also says populating. So, probably by the end of the day, these will all be nice big audiences, and yeah, completely unique to us and based off the people who are already engaging. So that's how you do that, guys. I really recommend that everyone starts doing that. I'll stop the recording.